Nobody tells you this. The instinct that kept your ancestors alive is now destroying your potential. Following the crowd guarantees mediocrity. Here's what successful people understand. Imagine standing in a room with strangers. Someone shows you 3 lines on a card and asks which one matches a reference line. The answer is obvious. Line C is clearly the match. But then something strange happens. Every person before you confidently says line A. And suddenly, you feel your certainty dissolve. Your brain screams that they're wrong, but your mouth says A anyway. This isn't imagination. This is Solomon Asch's famous conformity experiment from 1951. And what he discovered shook psychology to its core. 75% of participants conformed at least once, choosing the obviously wrong answer just because others did. But here's the thing nobody mentions about this experiment. The participants weren't stupid. They weren't weak-willed. They were ordinary, intelligent adults whose brains were running ancient software designed for a world that no longer exists. And this software is running in your brain right now, making decisions you don't even realize aren't yours. To understand why you're hardwired to follow crowds, we need to travel back 200,000 years. Picture your ancestor on the African savanna. A rustle in the grass. Everyone in the tribe starts running. Do you stop to analyze whether it's actually a lion? Of course not. Following the crowd meant survival. The individuals who paused to think independently became lunch. This is why social proof feels so compelling. It's not a bug in your thinking. It's a feature that kept your genetic line alive long enough for you to exist. But here's where it gets fascinating. The modern world has completely inverted this equation. In a savanna environment, the crowd usually had accurate information. They saw the predator. They heard the danger. But in today's information environment, the crowd often knows nothing at all. They're just following other people who are following other people, in an endless chain of blind conformity. If this is already shifting how you see your own decisions, drop a like so I know to keep going deeper. Your brain can't tell the difference between life-threatening situations and choosing a restaurant. It treats both with the same follow-the-crowd instinct. But here's the real insight most people miss. Social proof operates through 3 invisible triggers that hijack your independent thinking. The first is uncertainty. When you don't know the correct choice, you automatically look to others. Walk into any unfamiliar situation and watch yourself scanning for cues about how to behave. The second trigger is similarity. You're far more likely to follow people who seem like you. This is why marketers show testimonials from people matching your demographic. Your brain whispers, "They're like me, so their choice must be right for me too." And this is where it gets truly powerful. The third trigger is authority combined with numbers. When you see that millions of people trust a brand, or that experts recommend something, your critical thinking essentially shuts down. Researchers call this the suspension of independent judgment. And it happens so automatically that you don't even notice it occurring. Think about that for a second. Every rating you check, every review you read, every bestseller list you consult is activating these 3 triggers simultaneously. You believe you're gathering information, but you're actually surrendering your judgment to strangers. Now here's where the stakes become personal. Every major domain of your life is being shaped by social proof in ways you've never examined. Your career choices follow what seems successful in your social circle. Your relationship standards come from what media portrays as normal. Even your definition of happiness is borrowed from collective assumptions about what should make you fulfilled. But the most important lesson is this: when everyone is optimizing for the same outcomes using the same strategies, those strategies stop working. This is the paradox of social proof. The more people follow a path, the more crowded and less rewarding it becomes. Consider college degrees. 50 years ago, any bachelor's degree virtually guaranteed upper middle class stability. Now, as everyone follows that same advice, degrees have become table stakes rather than differentiators. Or consider investment strategies. Once a lucrative opportunity becomes common knowledge, the profits disappear because everyone crowds in simultaneously. The herd doesn't just influence your thinking. It systematically destroys the very opportunities it chases. And nobody warns you about this because warning you would mean admitting that following the crowd was bad advice all along. But everything I've told you so far is just the setup. The wisdom deepens when we consider what the world's most successful people actually do with this knowledge. Warren Buffett built his fortune with a simple mantra: be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. This isn't just investment advice. It's a fundamental philosophy of contrarian thinking. Steve Jobs didn't conduct focus groups asking people what phones they wanted. He famously declared that customers don't know what they want until you show them. Every transformative innovation in history came from someone who looked at what everyone else was doing and deliberately chose different. And this pattern holds across every domain. The academics who revolutionize their fields don't follow prevailing consensus. The entrepreneurs who build category-defining companies ignore market research telling them their ideas won't work. If you want to see how this applies to your own life, make sure you're subscribed, because we're about to cover the specific mental framework that separates extraordinary achievers from the crowd. The truth is that social proof isn't just neutral information. It's actively pointing you toward mediocrity, because mediocrity is where the crowd lives by definition. When you follow the crowd, you're not finding safe ground. You're mathematically guaranteeing average results. And this is how you apply it. The first step in escaping the social proof trap is developing what psychologists call meta-awareness, the ability to notice when you're being influenced. Start asking yourself a simple question before any significant decision: am I choosing this because I genuinely evaluated it, or because others are doing it? This single question, asked consistently, will reveal how much of your life runs on autopilot consensus. The second step is deliberately seeking disconfirming information. When everyone agrees on something, actively hunt for the opposing view.